I watched as she sat choking on a piece of hard candy she had taken, once again, from the candy jar on my desk. I couldn't help but smile at how much money I would save on my afternoon sweet treats in the future. Growing wary of the darkness, I turned on the light to calm myself. Sadly, it could now see me so much better. The hair on my new wig is so much better than the last one I had. I could have worn it out tonight, if only the preservation process didn't take so long. My neighbor just told me that the previous tenant in my house hung himself. Now I know why the limb on the big oak tree in my backyard always creaks, even when no wind blows. I hate the sound of her high-heeled shoes as she clomps past my door each day at the office. A syringe to the neck, a saw to the ankles, and voila, I don't have to hear that sound anymore. I think I might need to clean my fridge out more often. The cheese just blinked at me. As I sat on the deck of my mother's yacht, looking out over the blue ocean waves, she rudely walked in front of me, blocking my view. Is it wrong that all I could think of was how satisfying it would be to push her overboard and sail away? My friend keeps knocking on my door and asking me to come outside. I normally would, but his body was found in the woods last week. You know how you get those animal instinct feelings? That you're being stalked by a predator? Well, the new night nurse just came into my room to introduce herself, and I can't shake that feeling. Barrel against my temple. I pulled the trigger, but only a click was heard. Well, maybe being eaten alive won't be that bad. As I stood in the black of night, outside the brightly lit dining room window, something about the house was pulling me into it. Unfortunately, there was only one obstacle in my way: the family inside. When I tore the wall down in the basement to hide my latest kill, imagine my surprise when a dried-up corpse fell onto the floor. I guess I wasn't the first one to have this idea. I took my slippers off and set them beside the bed when I went to sleep last night. I'm freaked out because they were by my front door when I woke up, and I live alone. I see you. You will never see me. I lay in bed that night, frozen in fear, as he crawled into bed beside me. You see, my husband won't be home until 10 a.m.
You've got this audition in the bag,
she said to herself as she carefully swept her disheveled hair back into a tight bun in the bathroom mirror. With the final adjustment of her tutu, she turned and ever so gracefully leapt over the dead ballerina lying beside her as she made her way back to the audition stage. It's such a hassle packing all this stuff in the car and driving it to my storage warehouse. But what are you gonna do when you own a hotel where, on occasion, one of your guests check in and never checks out? My friends and I have been sitting around the campfire swapping stories for hours now, but I could have sworn there were only 5 of us before. While they splash around in the surf, I take their car keys from inside their shoes, unlock the trunk of their car, and then put the keys back where they left them. Hopefully, they won't mind helping me out, because I'm running out of places to hide the evidence of my killer hobby. The grotesque demon handed me a hammer and led me over to a crying man nailed to a stone slab. Maybe hell isn't that bad, after all. Thanks for listening. For more stories, check out the rest of the channel. You know you want to.